President Muhammadu Buhari's 2 weeks ultimatum for strike to end elapses. NIMET predicts 3-day thunderstorms and rains from Wednesday. Terrorists release 5 more abducted Kaduna train attack victims. On business, Naira strengthens to 665 to $1 at parallel market. On international news, United States warships cruising near Taiwan as Pelosi defies China. On sports news, Nigeria wins first Commonwealth Games discus gold. Hello there and thanks for joining us. That was the headlines for Standard Voice Television News. I am Rahma Ibrahim Dosara with the news and details. President Muhammadu Buhari's 2 weeks ultimatum for Minister of Education Malam Adamu to end the lingering Academic Staff Union of University strikes has elapsed. It could be recalled that on the 19th of July 2022, the President gave the Minister of Education 2 weeks to resolve the prolonged ASU strike, which started on the 16th of February. The President gave his directive after receiving briefings from relevant government ministries, departments and agencies involved in the ongoing efforts to end the face-off with the university unions. However, as of Tuesday, August 2nd, when the 2 weeks ultimatum elapsed, the minister was yet to influence the union to end its strike, a development that had left many Nigerians in groaning conditions. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, the Director General has been picked for the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council. This is according to Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, who briefed newsmen after a meeting of the APC governors, which they had with the party's presidential candidates, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his running mates Kashim Shettima in Lagos. He said President Muhammadu Buhari and the APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu will be briefed before a formal announcement, adding that other positions in the council are being discussed. The governor denied the facts about some reports that ex-APC National Chairman Adams Oshomole was appointed as the Director General of the party's Presidential Campaign Council. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timi Silva, says the federal government is not responsible for the increase in the price of petrol across the country. According to Silva, the government is still subsidizing petrol. For more on the story, Amina Kabir Sarki reports.
According to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, petrol subsidy claims reached 2.6 trillion naira in the first half of 2022, surpassing revenue generated from the sale of crude oil. The minister, while speaking at the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority Stakeholders Consultation Forum on Regulations, said the marketers are most likely to blame. He said while the official pump price of the product is pegged at 165 naira per litre, many filling stations have been selling for as high as 180 naira per litre. I'm Aminat Kabir Sarki, reporting for SVTV News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency on Tuesday said it had busted a crystal methamphetamine lab in the Victoria Garden City estate of Lagos. For more on the story, Umukusum reports.
Speaking in a press conference on Tuesday, Chairman and Chief Executive of NDLEA, General Mohammed Buba Mara, retired, said another meth lab had also been busted in Anambra. Mr. Mara said the owner of the laboratory in VGC was producing highly unstable and toxic drug in a house where he lived with his family. Mr. Mara said following the outbreak of crystal methamphetamine abuse in the last quarter of 2021, predominantly in the southeast, and the cry for help from many communities in the region because of the devastating effects the distribution and abuse of dangerous stimulant drug were having on their youth and others, the agency deployed all available assets to find the primary source of manufacturing of the drug in Nigeria and arrest the barons behind it. He said while efforts in the past 7 months against the cartel behind the methamphetamine scourge have led to the arrest of 4 kingpins and a cook. Umukuthum Muhammad reporting for SVTV News.
The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted thunderstorms and rains from Wednesday to Friday across the country. NIMET's weather outlook released on Tuesday in Abuja predicted thunderstorms over parts of Katsina, Kano, Jigawa, Bauchi, Gombe, Kebbi, Zamfara, Sokoto, and Taraba states in the morning hours of Wednesday. According to the agency, isolated thunderstorms are expected over parts of Jigawa, Bauchi, Adamawa, Sokoto, Zamfara, Gombe, Taraba, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Borno, and Yobe later in the day. Cloudy skies are anticipated over the north-central region, with prospects of rains over parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Plateau, and Niger in the morning hours. The agency also forecasts cloudy atmosphere over the northern region on Thursday, with prospects of thunderstorms over parts of Kebbi, Sokoto, Katsina, and Zamfara states. 5 hostages from the March 28 Abuja Kaduna train have been freed by terrorists. The security agencies and the federal government are yet to confirm the developments, but a member of the negotiating team, Chukwumamu, told newsmen that the victims were released on Tuesday. For more on the story, Sumaya Dosara reports.
Malam Mamu, who played a prominent role in the release of the train victims, said he backed out due to the threats to his life, personal integrity and lack of support from the federal government. Gave the names of the 5 released hostages as Professor Mustafa Umar Imam, who is a medical doctor at Usman Danfodio University Teaching Hospital, Sokoto, Akibu Lawal, Abubakar Ahmad Rufai, Mukhtar Shaibu and Tido Aminu Sharif.
I literally was the medical doctor on camp. I was treating the captives as well as the bandits, or I would say Boko Haram members. There wasn't medication, to be very frank with you. We had on the radio, somebody was claiming that they would bring medication whenever it was needed. There wasn't any medication on camp. I mean, we could go days. There was a day that a particular lady who had malaria. So malaria, you could treat malaria with 1,000 naira. But this lady literally was going into coma because there wasn't medication for her. I mean, there wasn't medication for her malaria.
Gwamnatin tarayya da masu hannu da shuni su taimaka ma sauran uwanmu da suka rage dan Allah dan annabi a samu a ceto rayuwarsu saboda suna cikin wani hali.
It is, however, not clear if any money was paid to the terrorists to release their abducted victims. So far, 37 victims have regained their freedom, while the number of those still in captivity now stand at 35. Sumaya Dosa reporting for SVTV News.
The Amotekun Corps in Oyo State on Tuesday intercepted a truck carrying about 150 northerners traveling from Zamfara State in Ibadan. Newsmen gathered that the travelers were arrested in Bodija Market and detained near the axis, were traveling from Zamfara en route Ugiri in Ogun State. It also gathered that 10 of the northerners took to their heels when they saw the Amotekun personnel. For more on the story, Rapi Amina Sarah reports.
Some residents around Bodija Market area had notified Ametuku of their suspicion on sighting the truck loaded with bags of onion, beans, potatoes, motorcycles with northern travelers comprising men, women, youths, and children stopped in between. The truck was subsequently moved to the office of Ametuku at Landaru, Ibadan, where travelers were interrogated, where items in the truck were offloaded and the truck searched. Operatives of the Department of State Services and the police searched and interrogated the travelers, and no incriminating item was found on the travelers and in the truck. Rafi Aminasara reporting for SVTV News.
And for business updates, over to Amina Kabir Sarki.
The Naira on Tuesday sustained its momentum at the parallel market, appreciating to 665 Naira per dollar a few days after security operatives raided the Bureau's exchange hub in Abuja. The development represented Naira of 4.3% gain compared to the 695 to $8 recorded the day before. Currency traders known as BDCs in the Ikeja area of Lagos quoted the buying rate of the greenback at 650 Naira at the selling price at 665 Naira per dollar. According to the traders, the gains are influenced by increased dollar liquidity in the market. On the official market side, the Naira appreciated by 0.03% to close at 428.88 Naira to $1 on Monday. according to data on FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange, a platform that oversees official foreign exchange trading in Nigeria. That's all on business updates. I am Aminat Kabir Sarki. Thank you for watching and keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Amina. And on international news. U.S. military officials said several U.S. warships were cruising in waters near Taiwan on Tuesday, amid Chinese anger over House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's controversial visit to the island Beijing claims as its territory. U.S. Navy's 7th Fleet said the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier Ronald Reagan was operating in the Philippine Sea south of Taiwan as China announced it would hold live-fire military drills in the Taiwan Straits in response to Pelosi's visit. A U.S. Navy official said on condition of anonymity that Ronald Reagan was accompanied by the USS Higgins, a destroyer that is part of its strike group. Another U.S. official said the aircraft carrier and its group are on a routine operation in the Western Pacific. U.S. officials have sought to reassure Beijing that the positioning of these two ships in the region was not linked to Pelosi's visit, who became the highest-ranking elected U.S. official to visit the island since predecessor Newt Gingrich traveled there in 1997. And for sports updates, over to Kulsum Mohammed.
Thank you, Rahma Ibrahim. And now on sports. Reigning African Games and African Championship champion Chioma Onyekwere saved her best for the last major competition of the year to make history as the first Nigerian woman to win the Commonwealth Games gold in the discus throw event. Onyekwere, 28, threw 61.70 meter in her fourth attempt to take the lead from the homegirl Jade Lali, who led from the start of the competition with her opening throw of 57.33 meter. The Nigerian, who opened with 55.82 meter, knew she needed more than the 58.19 meter she threw to win the African Championship gold last June in Mauritius. She responded without success in the second round with a 56.42 meter effort, failed the third attempt before swinging the discus to a personal season's best mark of 61.70 meter. Her second best career mark after the 63.30 meter personal best she threw last year at the Chula Vista competition in California, USA. Still on sports. German goalkeeper Bernd Leno has left Arsenal for newly promoted Fulham after signing a 3-year deal. Fulham announced the transfer in a statement on their website on Monday. The 30-year-old goalkeeper has agreed terms on a 3-year deal with a club option to extend by a further 12 months. Having come through the ranks at VfL Stuttgart, Leno joined Bayer Leverkusen on loan at the age of 19 and immediately established himself as the club's number one. Leno performed at a level that belied his young age, becoming only the third goalkeeper in Bundesliga history to secure clean sheets in his first 3 matches, before breaking the record for the youngest keeper to appear in the Champions League shortly after. And that's all we have in sports updates for today. I am Kulsum Mohammed saying thanks for watching. Do have a nice day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Kulsum. And that has been the news from Standard Voice Television News. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari's 2-week ultimatum for strike to end elapses. NIMET predicts 3-day thunderstorms and rains from Wednesday. Terrorists release 5 more abducted Kaduna train attack victims. On business, Naira strengthens to 665 to $1 at parallel market. On international news, United States warships cruising near Taiwan as Pelosi defies China. On sports news, Nigeria wins first Commonwealth Games discus gold. On behalf of the production team, Head of News and Current Affairs, I still remain Rahma Ibrahim Desai. Do have a nice day and keep watching Standard Voice Television.